Hello, all my crafty internet friends. Today I have a flower fairy journal to show you. I've been working on this for quite some time, maybe about 4 months, and just gets interrupted with all sorts of other things that need to be done first. So I finally finished it and I wanted to share it with you. Yeah, so let's look at it. Let's look at the spine. I wove some buttons in the binding string because you know fairies collect lost buttons and pennies and socks. And here is a ribbon tassel that I made with some greens and fluorescent colors. It attaches with a bulb pin so it can be taken off or changed out. It's tied with some sari silk I got in a Happy Mail thing, and at the end of the sari silk are a key and a beaded dragonfly that I put together. Alright, let's open her up and see what's inside. She is a little bit of a gator mouth. I hadn't planned on that. She was pretty flat until last week when I started actually filling the pages. Okay, so let's talk about the cover. The cover is a food box, and I covered it with some wrapping, stuffing paper, shipping paper. Yeah, the brown shipping paper. And at first I crinkled it all up, and then I glued it onto the cover. Then I whitewashed it with some white gesso, and then I lightly went over it with some ink oxide, the brown, and a little bit of green on the front, not so much on the back. This is burlap, and this is cardboard that I took the facing off of, and this is a little fairy piece of paper, like I think it's like a book plate actually, and I added this little piece of material that said flower fairies. Okay, so here's the back. It's turned out really cool. I like the back a lot better than the front. That's why I left it blank, so you could see, and so I could see the pretty design that it had. Anyway, oh yeah, you can see where the packing tape tears right here. There's a line there. Okay, so let's open her up and see what's inside. So first off, there is a paper bag, double pocket, sewed, zigzag stitched with a little fairy card in it. I got all these fairy images from one person in a swap, in a journaling group on Facebook that's called Journaling with Added Kindness, and every Wednesday it's Make-A-Wish Wednesday, and you can ask for whatever you need and people will answer you if they have what you need, and they'll swap you something for it or just send it to you. So she sent me a bunch of these fairy images, and they're just gorgeous. This one I just stitched some yellow material to the top. It's blank on the back. I just kind of went on around the corners with the ink oxide to make like a oval frame. And then there's just this journaling card here with all different botanical things. Plain on the back, so lots of journaling space on that. And there's the title of my journal, Fairy Garden, and those were actually a freebie on the internet, and so was this backing paper. I got it so long ago, I just don't remember who it was from. So these are some material ruffles. I love to make them. I love to feel them. They're just so fun. So I put them in most of my journals anyway. Okay, and this came out image, this image, and there's a few other images I got out of a magazine book from a charity shop, and they just had these gorgeous pictures in it. And so I couldn't cut it, so I just glued the whole thing on here to make a pocket, and then I put a prayer card inside. Okay, then we have some parchment paper with this corner pocket made from an envelope that my mother had sent me a letter in. I just cut the corner off of it. You can actually see where it went through the postal machine here. I did a lot of stenciling on pages. I love to do that, so you'll see that. And then there's two little journaling cards in here. I just stapled some cheesecloth to that one and went around the edges with the outside. And there's another one of the fairy images, and each of the fairies had like a little story, so I made different cards for each of them. So this is the Song of the Mallow Fairy, and those are obviously mallow flowers, right? And so it's a journaling card pocket with a little story there, and then it fits into this little pocket right here. This is actually some paper that I made. I made a master board with some, I don't know what, book pages, and just photocopied it. And then stenciling. This is coffee and tea dyed paper with cinnamon in it to take away the smell. Works great. It smells so much better than coffee. Okay, and this is a belly band. This is actually the last page I finished, and it was actually this week's journal prompt from a weekly journal prompt Facebook group that I'm in. And it was lilies, hope, and band. So the Lily of the Valley. So Lily of the Valley actually had a little fairy that said Lily of the Valley, and here's her story behind it, the Song of the Lily of the Valley Fairy. And this is a hidden paper clip. Just made that little Tim Holtz butterfly into a paper clip. Oh, the back of this one is like, it's like touchy-feely paper. It's got some ridges in it, and so I just went over it with the ink oxide. There's one. And this little thing up here is some elastic kind of material. Well, it's cotton, but it's had that elastic scrunching. So I just put that up there, and I made a little material rosette and put that up there. So the colors went really well. So, and then I just decoupage this page right here. There's a small journaling spot right there. Then on the back of the cards, I stamped the word hope, and then I made a belly band over here with I usually put my belly bands on cardstock, so it just gives them a little bit of stability. So there's cardstock, then there's this green material, then this burlap with the lace on it from Dollar Tree. Added this purple ribbon that came in a charity shop bundle, and I made this flower out of some seam binding that I dyed by using the oxide ink, just running it across and then sticking it under some water. And it just like spread out on the seam binding, and I got the color I wanted. It was so pretty. And even got a little darker edge around the outside. It looks really cool. Anyway, I watched a tutorial on G. Kerr's YouTube channel, so if you want to know how to do that, you can watch that. So anyway, I just stuck some paper, stationery paper, in there, and there's some more stenciling, and there's another ruffle, and this, I don't know where I got it. I think it was another freebie I found on the internet. And this card here I made from a book page. I embossed it, put some gold, what do you call that stuff? Wax paste on there. actually goes like this. The flower goes on the bottom. There's the little birds and on the top. But I think I put it in here this way because the flower shows. So anyway, yep. And then on the back, just plain. And then I got this card from a printable, digital printable, along with this paper as well. I stuck this little butterfly with some of those rhinestones. And then this is a fairy. Her story was on the back of her, or on the back of another fairy. So I just used her picture on this one. It doesn't have a story. And then some of them don't because their stories were on the back of other fairies that I used. So here's another little fairy, and I backed it with some coffee dyed paper, and then I made a little snippet right there and put it on this corner pocket. More stenciling. There's just a butterfly. This is some of that trim, leaf trim. Just did a little decoupaging up here in the corner. Decoupage on the back of this and stuck a butterfly sticker. Actually sewed the material on this page, the lace. And this is like a little tack up here. And it's a little fairy card that I got somewhere. This wasn't in the Happy Mail with the other ones. And I stuck a little butterfly. I made those little metal antennae. So that just sticks right up there. This is a paper ruffle that I made. And this, I found this corner punch thing at a charity shop and I had to use it. So I just used it for this little fairy. And excuse me, I put some Distress Oxide on the back, and it's just lovely colors, the purples and the greens, and I really liked it. So it goes in here and you can journal on it, and then you can put your card over it and no one will see it, and you can also journal on the card. And so that to bring in these colors, I made a little snippet over here with crocheted pansy, I think that is, and then some lace, some material, and yeah. And then this page is blank, but I did go around it with the ink oxides in green and purple. And then we have, that's the end of the first signature. Then in here, this was a card I got in Happy Meal, and I added this little girl sticker and the ribbon up here, punched a hole in it. Yeah. So use your Happy Mail. You can update it and make it your own. Pretty. And then this was from a digital that I bought at Etsy, I think. Yeah. So, and here's another one of those pictures from that magazine book. I love how it just fades. The color fades, and the owl is so pretty. I love it, love it, love it. And then I put another prayer card in there. It had feathers on it, so I thought, oh, owl feathers, yeah, on the card goes together, right? And this cute little fairy down here, I glued it and made her a little pocket. And this was the other part of this flower paper. This is food colored paper that I made. And then there's your story right there on the back of that. And then it just sticks right in there. And on the back, we have a sticker butterfly dreams, and a little purple flower. I did the oxide around the edges, and I just love I put my papers in my dehydrator, and I just love it when it comes out with these little dotted lines. And you can see it on this color, but not too much on the other color page, but the tea dyed, yeah. You get these little squares and so cute. This is a little paper clip holding another fairy. This one's in pinks and oranges and yellows. I put this little flower on here with a rhinestone, and then I went around the edges in the oxide ink. Same process. A little sticker on that. And just adding that ink oxide. You just kind of go around the edges really roughly with your, you know, just kind of wispy, I guess, not rough, but wispy, and it just looks like flower petals around the edges. It's really cute. That's my technique, and you'll really see it with the blues and the purple. Let's see. So just kind of went around the edges, really wispy. And then there's another ruffle. Here's the Song of the Cornflower Fairy here, and there's the Cornflower Fairy. And then on the back I used some ink oxides and just colored it up to match. Plain paper, coffee dyed paper, and there's some little tags in here. This is actually a telephone call journal page that I coffee dyed. Went around this page sewing with some fancy stitching. This was another freebie that I had gotten. And a little fairy I stuck on here. He just like fit so cute on here, like he's hopping up the mushrooms. Here. Some more stenciling. There's that telephone call journal page, the other side of it. And on the back side of it, we have a little pocket that I added this bird to, and a little saying. Some journaling cards. I got, this one is stamped with some writing. It actually opens up like this, so plain inside. Wait. And then this card I made a little pocket on one of my coffee dyed index cards. I sprinkled this one with the gold paint with a little, flicked my brush. I don't know if you can see it or not. Anyway, it's there. And then on the flip side, this is a tea bag underneath here, and then a scripture verse, and then some journaling space down here. So, very cute. Coffee dyed paper. And then we have the Song of the Canterbury Fairy. I love this one. She's so cute. And then there's a little journaling card. I think this is from Lined Out Arrow. I just added a bow and went around the edges with my oxide ink. And then I stuck in a stationery page. I'm really liking the purple. I'm not really a purple fan, but I'm really liking it lately. So here's some more purple here. Oh, got strings coming off of my ruffles. So it's a little flower. Added a little rhinestone. And this is the Song of the Yarrow Fairy. Very pretty colors in that. And just backed it with pink paper, and then I threw in this little tag just to give it a little extra color. Okay, then this is also from Lined Out Arrow, but I added some green circles to the top of it, inked it, and add some purple ribbon. And that is a butterfly sticker on my blue paper, and then that's another sticker, flower sticker. And then I made a corner tuck with this cute little flower paper, and I stuck in a page from my a book that I got at Hobby Lobby, and it has Bible scripture on it. So really cute. And that's the end. And then I made this little pocket out of, I don't know what you call this, tatting or something like that. I don't know. But anyway, I got it at a charity shop, and it's just a piece that I cut off right there, and then I stuck these two stationery cards. So there's that one and this one. I got them at Hobby Lobby, like they were on sale. A whole box of them, all different. I think there's like 6 different types. So that's it. Oh yeah, I covered the inside of my journal with this like cotton, I don't know what you call it. Yeah, it's just a cheap cotton kind of material. It's beige. And that's it. So I hope you enjoyed this flip through, and I hope it inspires you to make something of your own, whether it be some flowers or some tassels, or try beading some buttons on your spine. Hopefully there's something you can take away. I love to share my work, and someday I'll gonna try to do a tutorial. I keep saying that, but you have to hit that subscribe button if you actually want to see one sometime. So hit the like and subscribe if you will, please. It will help my page grow. And have a nice day. Thanks for watching. Bye.